Hey friends, hey family, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Crystal Blue. I do Christian content and I also do what's called the word of the day. I also have videos and shorts of me and my family having fun together, and I also have inspirational shorts. So if you like what you see and hear, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. For those of you returning, happy hump day. We're almost there, so hang in there. So today I'm going to be reading from the book of Matthew, and I was studying this. I feel like lately I've really been studying the word because I've got pen markings and like highlights, and I've written all in my Bible because I'm really trying to understand what's going on. I'm trying to gain wisdom, and that's what it's all about, trying to gain wisdom and educate ourselves and figure out what it is that we're supposed to be doing. And I happened to read over this chapter 9 in Matthew, and I probably read it a zillion times, but never really honed in on it. But apparently I did at some point because I highlighted it. So I'm going to be reading Matthew chapter 9, verses 9 through 13. And I'm going to read it, and then we're going to talk about it and what I would like for us to take away from it. All right, again, it's Matthew 9, verses 9 through 13. And this is basically when Jesus is walking around and he's starting to, tell people to follow me. So it says the calling of Matthew. As Jesus went on from there, he saw a man named Matthew sitting at the tax collector's booth. Follow me, he told him, and Matthew got up and followed him. While Jesus was having dinner at Matthew's house, many tax collectors and sinners came and ate with them and his disciples. When the Pharisees saw this, they asked his disciples, "Why does your teacher eat with tax collectors and sinners?" On hearing this, Jesus said, "It is not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick. But go and learn what this means. I desire mercy, not sacrifice, for I have not come to call the righteous, but the sinners." Now we know all about the Pharisees. They were the ones walking around their high horses, praying out loud and following all these rules and looking down on people if they didn't follow these so-called rules. And I looked and I said, I wonder why they always thought that tax collectors were sinners. And then I did some research. It was because the tax collectors were considered traitors because they worked for the Romans. Therefore, the Pharisees considered them sinners. I was like, oh, really? I didn't know that. So again, I'm learning and educating myself on this. But the part that really was brought to my attention, where he says, on hearing this, Jesus said, "It is not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick. But go and learn what this means." He's talking to the Pharisees. Go learn what this means. I desire mercy, not sacrifice. Okay, so when he says mercy, he means compassion. God is not looking for the righteous, perfect person. He's looking for the sinner, the ones like you and me. That's why he was hanging out with the tax collectors and the prostitutes. Those are the ones that needed him most, and he had no problem hanging out with him. He didn't want to hang out with the Pharisees, the people who thought they were high and mighty and better. He was like, no, a healthy person doesn't need a doctor. A sick person does. So that's what he was talking about. So he told the Pharisees, go figure out what this means, basically. And you know what? I'll talk to you later. For I have not come to call the righteous, but the sinner. The righteous had this, meaning the Pharisees, they had this idea that they were better than everybody else and that they could do no wrong and all they had to do was follow these rules and they were perfect. And again, they didn't like Jesus because they were saying, well, these are the rules and you're not even following it and you're saying you're the Son of God. Which that's why Jesus said, y'all really don't know what it's all about. Y'all have completely just messed this whole thing up and you're basing it on rules and laws, and it's not even about that. So when he says, I desire mercy, he meant I desire compassion, not sacrifice, not all these rules and things that you have to abide by, because there are these high standards that nobody can live up to. It's ridiculous. Nobody can live up to these standards. But the Pharisees said, well, if you can't live up to our standards, then you're not worthy of anything. And Jesus is like, y'all completely missed the mark. That is not what it's all about. It's about knowing that you're a sinner, knowing that you're wrong, knowing that you don't deserve God's grace, but he gives it to you anyway. And I feel that a lot of us out here, some, not all, some Christians, just because they've been in the faith for longer, They think they know better and they can turn down their noses at people and say, well, I don't associate with them. Well, I don't do that because it's not about that. They completely missed the mark. It completely went over their head. As a Christian, you should be going out there to not the other Christians, but the people who need help, the people who are lost, the people who are on drugs, the people who are addicted to alcohol, to porn, to shopping. Those are the people you need to go out and help, not the ones who are already in the faith that know about it. Yes, we do need to be in community with our fellow Christians, but we need to go out there and basically minister to the ones who are sick, meaning the ones who need help. That's where we go to and tell them about God so that they can hear the good news and learn what it is all about and how much Jesus loves them. So again, the Pharisees had it all wrong, completely wrong. He said, I desire mercy, not sacrifice, compassion, love, kindness, caring, not sacrifice and making up all these rules and regulations and things like that, because we are not perfect. We're human. We are fallible. We can't live up to any rule. We're going to mess up. It's just part of our makeup. And the Pharisees had these ridiculous standards that no one could abide by. So again, the Pharisees, whatever, they didn't understand it. But Jesus said, I've come not to call the righteous, but the sinner. He's come for us. He loves us because we are sinners. We know that we mess up. We know we don't deserve anything that he gives us, but it is by his grace and mercy that he provides for us every single day. And that is something that we should be thanking him for day in and day out. So I said all this to say, let's not be like the Pharisees. Let's know who we are, that we are sinners, and we need God every day. We need his help. He's the vine, we're the branches. We need him. Apart from him, we can't do anything. So let's not sit up here and act like we can do this on our own, because we can't. He is come to help us and save us. Let's let our Father take care of us. Let's not forget who we are and whose we are. All right? Again, this was from Matthew 9, verses 9 through 13. Like I always say, don't take my word for it. Read it yourself. I love you. I hope this blessed you. And Lord willing, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.